Punit, welcome. Did you like the intro that I tailored for you specially?
It was 2 lines away from being a Lalan top intro, but
या मैं गमछा लाना भूल गया.
यानी सर इंडिया में इतना गरीबी है कि even after 10 years you remember the samosa.
Yes.
And not just you, all the comics. तो मैं भाई आखिर आम आदमी लेखक कैसे बन सकता है? पूरा रोमांस नॉवल लिख के अभी 1001 पे आपके बच्चे के फेफड़े काले हो चुके हैं और आप बोल रहे हो केजरीवाल के टाइम में क्यों नहीं बोला? Then you deserve to die.
George Carlin, Lenny Bruce, Joanne Rivers, Jerry Seinfeld are all legendary comedians that we wanted to have on our show, but either they are dead or too expensive. So what we have today is the Indian equivalent of that one comedian who's been speaking against authority and making millions, if not thousands, laugh on his jokes. He's someone I've known for quite a while और इनके clips, इनके stand-up specials बहुत ही famous हैं. He's someone who is a big presence in the Indian social media circuit also. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to what actually goes into making good comedy. Please welcome on the comment section, Mr. Punit Pania.
Thank you, fans. Thank you. Should have entrance music actually. After that kind of an intro.
Yeah. What music would you like to have?
I'd go with Motorhead.
Arre, Motor Ace of Spades.
Yes.
Nice. Punit, welcome. Did you like the intro that I tailored for you specially?
It was 2 lines away from being a Lalan top intro, but
या मैं गमछा लाना भूल गया वरना पूरा फील आ जाता. But before we started rolling, Punit, you kept asking me, is there a theme for this? Is there a theme for this? By the way, I've been told I should keep the language a mix of Hindi and English.
कितना percentage भी बोल दे.
चलो 60% हिंदी 40% English, which I only don't follow, तो मैं तेरे को क्या ही बोल रहा
तेरे को आता है क्या हिंदी?
हूँ. बहुत आता है मुझे. शुद्ध हिंदी का प्रचारण मुझे बहुत नेक दिल और साफ इरादों के साथ आता है.
2 marks.
Do you remember the first time you met me?
Must have been Hive, I think.
I don't. Maybe you might have noticed me at Hive.
Yeah.
But my first memory of you is this art gallery in Worli.
Oh yeah.
जहाँ पे you used to organize and perform open mics. You used to host them.
Yeah.
And also other comedians used to come and do material. Now, just to paint a picture for those, this is around what 10-11 years ago.
10 for sure.
2014-15 की बात होगी. Open mics at this time in Bombay were like pubs and random places.
Very few also.
Very few where people are eating, drinking, and comedians are literally shouting their jokes out to get their attention. This was like a nice little art gallery with really good art. And the thing that stood out, that they gave each open mic participant 2 samosas with chutney, Punit. Where did you find these people and how did you scam them into doing this?
And tea.
And tea, yes.
यानी सर इंडिया में इतना गरीबी है कि even after 10 years you remember the samosa.
Yes.
And not just you, all the comics. No?
Because I kid you not, food used to be the payment mode for a lot of starting comedians. कि if you do a quote unquote paid spot, you got a burger and fries.
अभी भी है कहीं.
अभी भी.
And even that has come after long drawn labor. Labor battles.
So for open micers, I knew open micers who took this gig purely because there was samosa and chutney.
He was a very fine gentleman who runs that gallery, and he has a printing press there.
Right.
On the same, and it's like in the middle of nowhere in a factory. And suddenly you go in, and it's like you're going through a rabbit hole in Alice Wonderland.
The landmark was furniture wala furniture store in Worli. Yeah.
So I just chanced upon that place because I'd gone there for a, don't judge me, but for a poetry open mic earlier.
Sure.
Because there was a book exchange club that I was a part of.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still a part of it, but the club is dead. So.
Okay.
So they used to always come up with these new quaint places to meet up.
Right,
and they discovered this place.
Quaint places to beat up.
Meet up. Book वाला लोग
उन लोग उसमें मार-धाड़ इतना
वो मार खाता है.
Yeah.
So it seemed like a wonderful place.
Yeah.
And the owner was nice. He was giving samosas to them also.
Okay.
So like just small talk. I told him, you're hosting poetry. Would you do comedy? He's like, sure. You want to do it? And Yeah, okay. Like just like serendipity, you know.
Yeah.
Like I never thought of organizing myself. Maybe I done 1 or 2 open mics at Hive or a Canvas, maybe at that time. So he offered, and I just said yes without thinking. And like if I was no not as educated, I would have done religious. Looking back at this, the confluence of events of how this started, and I stumbled into production.
Right.
Right. So I took a date from him next week,
Yeah.
and that was like a weekend. Now Monday back to work. I forgot कि मैंने ये किया भी था. I just put a Facebook page up, events page, and I forgot. I'm like on tour to Bangalore and like on the field. काम चल रहा है. Suddenly notifications are through the roof, and all you focus are asking spot. I'm like, कौन है ये लोग? Where did they come from? How did they find the place? So I like, oh fuck, I forgot. ये तो करना पड़ेगा अभी. So just one day prior, I organized the whole thing. कि ये करने का है, like what all is required to do an event now. And that job you are doing, like thousands of people come meeting at national level. So this is a small event for me to manage per se. So I'm coming to the way it was in Worli, right? So I still remember we are entering the ceiling. My friend who's with me in the cab, he's like, तेरे पास mic है क्या? मैंने mic होना तो चाहिए. So like an hour or so before the show, I call up a random vendor.
I remember I entered the art gallery. You were plugging the mic in, trying to see if it works.
And the mic comes in, and these are early days, right? A lot of civilians also came for the show. See Facebook event page देख के. There's a different word. It was still novelty in it, no. So I remember the first 6 months, no, book my show was chasing me down. कहते हमारे यहाँ पे लिस्ट करो ना. हम लोग कौन book my show है? हम लोग को जरूरत नहीं. हम लोग का Facebook event पे से लोग आते हैं करके. And people used to come just like that, right? So a lot of people turned up, like a lot of comics turned up, and a lot of samosas came, and a good soft lighting, and it's surrounded by not just art, it was caricatures. Like so there's an artist called Paul Fernandez who does murals, kind of like Mario Miranda, sort of in the same zone. And all of that artwork is plastered everywhere. And I'm like, what better venue for a comedy open mic? I even convinced the owner to give the winner like one small
souvenir.
Yeah. So and I would host because I had no material back then.
So the first time, and this is I'm telling you this for the first time, my honest opinion of you when I watched it. And you used to wear a tie first of all when you used to host a shirt or some very formal, again very unlike open mic hosts. So and your material was mostly about jumping from corporate world to comedy.
Probably.
So I was like, oh okay, he's one of those who from corporate wanted to do comedy. और इसको कहीं spots नहीं मिलता तो उसने खुद का चालू कर लिया है. And just for his own stage time he is doing this, right? And these were like the first चलता है comedy events.
Very first.
And then slowly you kept doing events. You started putting up shows all over Mumbai, especially places like Andheri and you know everywhere you were there. Malad and you slowly started doing a lot of shows. Started like running Chalta Hai as well as doing your own gig. And I don't know if you remember, चल उस पे बाद में आते, but at this point when you were doing open mics in art galleries, what was your objective? Like, was it to get it to an hour? Was it to speak truth to power, or is something that's coming much later?
नहीं उतना सब सोचा ही नहीं था.
Exactly.
So I got into it because I wanted to write ever since I was in college, right? And I wrote blogs for years, the odd editorial here and there, some article here and there, but not really getting anywhere professionally. So and while you're in a job and a full-time job at that, which was traveling also, था आपका समय कहाँ पे?
What was your job? I just know that your job used to allow you to travel. That's all you told me.
It was corporate, very corporate. I was in strategy in pharmaceuticals. So it was a blue blood corporate. So and interesting stuff. I never hated the job, but I don't believe in rebirth either. So I'm like, करना है जो भी life में कर लो. And I started quite late, like by the average age of comics that you see. I was like late 20s or something. I started. Right. So it looked like the last train out of town. Because before that, for over a year, I tried to get a couple of books published. Not because I wanted to, but because people said book is the only way to become a writer in this country. Because तभी इतना blogs and social media नहीं था वो time पे. तो whoever few people I met who might know, because I was in a very different industry. तो मैं भाई आखिर आम आदमी लेखक कैसे बन सकता है? तो बोला रोमांस नॉवल लिख के. आपको पता नहीं.
This is the peak of Chetan Bhagat, Ravinder Jain, all that.
अच्छा, but then मुझे लिखना editorial, क्योंकि that is my weapon of choice is the blog, the essay.
Correct.
I mean, blogs are essays, right? What used to be essays in the earlier world. तो बोलते नहीं, आपको कोई क्यों देगा editorial? या तो आप ना expert हो, ना आप famous हो, तो कैसे होगा? क्योंकि at this point, no, Twinkle Khanna's maid can get a editorial, but I can't. So that's how media works. Right?
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't want to, but I wrote a few books and बहुत try किया to get it. Probably got scammed out of some money also in the process. So then in the midst of all of this, I met people who said, you write funny stuff, right? I'm like, yeah, it's all satire. तो फिर stage पे कर लेना.
But when you were...
That's how I came to stand up. So that point I was just happy कि जो मैंने लिखा है वो मैं बोल पा रहा हूँ.
Yeah, so before that, when you were aiming to write editorials, who were the kind of writers who inspired you at this point?
Well, this is very embarrassing now, but MJ Akbar. Because Asian Age was a good paper.
Big, yeah.
Back in the day.
Of course, yeah.
और तभी तो वो था भी नहीं कि separate art from artist, क्योंकि
I know.
कभी scam ही नहीं आया था.
Correct, yeah.
तो people like that. So more embarrassing. Suhail Seth. Just from
Go on. That's okay. I grew up reading Tharoor, so
yeah. So around the same time actually, 14, 15. So,
Jug Suraya. Remember, he was one of the...
Bachchi Karkariya.
Bachchi Karkariya.
Yeah, one of the better ones and no scams.
Bachchi Karkariya at least had that persona that, क्या बोलते हैं, the kitty party bitchy persona that she's gonna go after everyone, right?
Yeah.
She didn't sit on a high horse like Shobha De. No offense to Shobha De. Yeah.
And even Shobha De was good.
She was good, yeah. When she's good, she's really good.
Yeah. So from that editorial point of view, these, of course, writers, there are so many that you like and you read over the years. Haven't read as much, embarrassing to admit, but...
I think you would like Khushwant Singh, Again, now, maybe from a 2025 lens, people might find things in his writing where they'll be like...
Little dated.
Or little offensive or whatever. But I think Khushwant Singh has a voice that you would resonate with. So, was there a stand-up comedian at this point?
No, it was too early. No?
Okay,
even YouTube had not happened.
Correct.
Around the time when I started, then stars broke out on YouTube. Around that time, AIB ka roast hua. Then Karan Biswa broke out from YouTube. The first guys really who broke out only from YouTube.
Correct.
So it was very new at the time. And I did not even know that stand-up hota hai India mein. In fact, couple of years before all of this happened, I had gone for one stand-up show myself.
Okay.
To Blue Frog.
Okay.
Because a friend of mine comes from Australia every year, and the deal is that I show him a new experience every time he's here. So that's how new it was.
Has he come back after that?
Yeah. Okay. No, we got blown away.
Who was performing?
So this show was Blue Frog, the line-up show that used to happen, right? So Neville. Shah.
Okay.
Neville, other Neville also.
Bharucha also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bharucha also. Desai, he was there. Aditya Desai.
Okay.
Nick Pillow.
Oh, yes,
right?
yes.
And he's doing his, Hindi mein BC, MC, pissing here, pissing there.
Pissing Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style. And fuck, we laughed our ass off. We went crazy because that time it was live experience, right? Yeah. And we had the best time, and then next day you forget about it, because you go back to your job. Yeah. And stand-up was only there, in the show, not anywhere else. So it was a world that I got a peek into, but never thought about it till I started doing it myself again. तो एक तरीके से संजोग से ही बन गया है.
संजोग, अनदर हिंदी वर्ड है.
अरे मैं परसेंटेज कैलकुलेट करा 60% हिंदी बोलने का है.
अच्छा वो संभोग ने बोला वरना मीनिंग चेंज हो जाता है.
नहीं रील के लिए वो भी बोल देंगे.
Virality, you know the game. But so at this point you're still doing your day job. 1 year,
the first year, I did the job and
Chalta hai.
And whatever I could get my hands on. And it was like working triple shifts, right? Because it's a full-blown corporate job which involves traveling, and I'm doing stand-up, and then sometimes I'm traveling a little bit for stand-up also.
Correct, yeah.
These are early days, but we would go where all we can go. Like Pune, Goa, Ahmedabad.
Yeah. Can you think of one example where you were performing to an audience which was openly hostile towards you or towards your the kind of material that you were doing?
अपना ticketed show में नहीं होता है ऐसा.
Correct. Because there people are coming primarily who are your fans or who have seen your
my show for sure, but even general stand-up show, open mic वगैरह में, I'm sure a lot of people come who do not agree with you politically.
Yeah.
But no, they are still listening.
Exactly. That's what
they are not a volatile kind.
That's what I often think, that the people who voted the current dispensation in power I'm sure there's enough audience out there who also want to hear jokes about them, right? If I vote somebody in power, does not mean that मुझे उसकी सिर्फ तारीफ सुनना है. मेरे को उनके भी बारे में jokes बताओ. But
I'm not sure about that.
Really?
Yeah, because when I see those people as the so-called centrist or outright right-wing people, all the other jokes they're laughing. The moment you say something slightly critical of their side of politics, no, they can't laugh. They become stiff-headed. Because
Just you're talking about live shows or
live
online?
shows also.
Okay.
So current politics is so polarized. No, there's like वो zone है ही नहीं कि I will listen to the other side or listen to my Akash wrongdoings also. No, people have forgotten that these people are supposed to be your public servants. They elected them like emperors. तो फिर now you're subjects, you're not citizens. तो आप बिल्कुल सुन ही नहीं पाते. अभी 1000 AQI पे आपके बच्चे के फेफड़े काले हो चुके हैं और आप बोले केजरीवाल के टाइम में क्यों नहीं बोला? Then you deserve to die. No? It's that simple. It's that simple. तो I think लाइव शोज में बहुत लोग ये पूछते हैं ना इंटरव्यूज पॉडकास्ट में कि ऐसा कभी हुआ है किसी ने राड़ा किया खड़ा हो गया? नहीं होता है ऐसा, बहुत कम होता है. और जो कभी कभी हुआ भी है ना, दे ऑल गून सो सम कम डे फॉर अस. The general, I think general Indian is a very docile person.
Correct.
You know, he doesn't agree with you. वो इसमें पड़ेगा नहीं मगज मारे, उसको कल पे काम जाने का next दिन. तो नहीं होता ऐसा. Online of course you get a lot of hate, but I'm still below the radar because English and nuance, and then 3 is that I write keeping jail in mind. So
Elaborate a little bit on that.
देखो ऑफेंस लेना है तो लोग किसी पे भी ले सकते हैं बिल्कुल. सो देयर इज नो वे टू बी सेफ.
करेक्ट.
आपको पता नहीं वो कहाँ से आपको रिवर्स स्विंग में आ जाएगा.
करेक्ट.
इस पे भी ऑफेंस किसी ने ले लिया तो आप नहीं कर सकते. आपको जो पता है लाइक देयर इज अ हायरार्की ऑफ दीस थिंग्स. फर्स्ट इज रिलीजन. रिलीजन पे you can't because like if you name a certain religion or no the gods or something about the rituals, anything which is clearly identified with the religion, immediate case, right? और वो भी जो law है which is very misused. The law is actually for hate speech, not for like an artistic expression. No, and again if you read the law really, 295A in the previous and now अभी जो भी उसका equivalent होगा new न्याय संहिता पे, it says that no, if somebody has made a speech no which incites religious or communal divide,
enmity between two groups,
no, with a clear intention to spark unrest,
right,
then the law is applicable and the punishment is doubled if it is delivered from a place of worship. So clearly it is for politicians and religious leaders who might do this to incite riots.
Right.
That is now being used against comedians maximum.
Yeah.
तो इमेजिन हाउ मच द मिसयूज इज. बट देन ये है उनके पास एक हथियार आ गया उनके पास एक एंड दे बिल्डिंग इट एवरीवेयर लेफ्ट राइट सेंटर. सो देन आपको पता है ये आपको अवॉइड करना है सर्टन वर्ड्स. देन सेकंड ऑफ कोर्स इज विद इन पॉलिटिक्स इज एज फार एज पॉसिबल डोंट नेम पीपल.
ओके.
राइट. बिकॉज वन इज इट ट्रिगर्स पीपल इमीडिएटली. नो बिकॉज नो दे फॉरगॉटन कि ये नेता हमारा और मेरा बाप नहीं है. तो एक ये प्रॉब्लम है. तो उनको डायरेक्ट इज एन अटैक ऑन देयर पर्सोना, देयर ईगो.
करेक्ट.
No, वो नहीं सुन पाते कुछ भी. तो and again that is just outrage which you can deal, you should be able to deal with. इतना तो you're in the public space, you have to have a thick skin. But I also feel that no, if you're dropping a name, no, then you're putting a timestamp on your set. Because things change so fast in politics. You want your set to be relevant in decades ahead.
Right.
Like when Carlin did a set on the Gulf War, he spoke about all of war. Right. At that time they knew he was talking about Reagan and the war at that time. No, but even today the set is as relevant as it was back then. Relevant to the root of the problem. And also I feel that we are giving them too much importance by dropping the name. In the attention economy ऐसा है कि good or bad का सवाल ही नहीं है. नाम आया ना उसका तो उसको एक और impression मिल गया. तो हमने वो खुद इतना impression खरीद के बैठा है, होर्डिंग लगाया हर जगह पे, तो मैं उसका नाम क्यों लूँ? और so then this is the hierarchy in my mind, like religious, political, and now almost at par with religious has become community and caste and all of that.
So those sections are only increasing, right?
It's increasing.
It might one day be like people who wear white shirts, right?
Yeah.
So then how much can you maneuver around it?
It is increasingly difficult, but no, they also say that the more the limitation, the more creative you tend to get.
But till what extent does that hold? At some point then it's like...
Yeah, it is a losing battle again, no? But you want to push back as much as you can. Like I still remember that when Kamra put his first video out, it was so soon into the current regime, that even I felt कि इतना क्यों पंगा ले रहा है, right? And maybe I was slow to catch on what he had caught on to, right? If you remember back in that day, Kamra's first video, like he got massive backlash, and there are people sending him photographs of his house saying, "This is your flat, I know where you live," right? And why? Because he criticized Modi or something, he dropped a name here and there. Maybe if he hadn't done that video, a lot of other videos that followed wouldn't have happened.
Right.
Right.
But what you said, clearly, Kamra does not hold on that. He clearly names the people he's going after, right?
Yeah.
So
he has a different approach.
He has a different approach. Yeah.
But the example I'm giving is कि क्योंकि वो video आया, इसलिए और बहुत video आए,
right.
And then even they had to take a few steps back, saying, okay, politics you can say, religion you can't.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah.
But if you remember in like 14, 15, 16, he had mythical status, no?
Yeah.
The status that he's now trying to reclaim now by saying कि मैं ऊपर से आया जो भी बोलता है. But that time it kind of people felt that, like not us, obviously, but a lot of people, because still early, this was like the second year of independence according to them. So he seemed untouchable at that time.
But going back to what you said, that these are the categories where you maneuver around.
Yeah.
So then do you agree that you are self-censoring yourself?
Yes. Like पहले क्या था कि we would think कि जब वीडियो जाएगा ना बाहर तब सोचेंगे और कुछ आया तो देख लेंगे. फिर क्या होगा कि एडिट के टाइम पे देखते हैं कि ये काटे क्या. फिर अभी ऐसा हुआ कि लिखने के टाइम भी सोचा कि ये लिखूं ही नहीं, जब जाने ही नहीं वाला तो क्यों लिखना है. तो it is definitely shrinking, but you can at least slow down that shrinkage if you keep pushing back. So you normalize कि इसकी बात हो सकती है, इसकी बात होनी चाहिए. आप करोगे नहीं तो वो तो आपका गला ही बंद कर देगा ना.
Right. Can I push back on one of the two things that you said? Sure. Where you said कि, and again I'm playing devil's advocate, that you are relatively quote unquote safe because you do it in English. So far. Yeah. Hope this video ages well. That you are doing it in English and there's nuance. Yeah. Don't you think that argument is a little classist?
It is. But then the thing is, it's not like I do it because I want to stand apart. It's because this is who I am. I think in English. So I can't help it. चाहे करने के लिए मैं पूरा हिंदी में कर सकता हूँ. But अगर naturally thought English में ही आ रहा है, I don't want to break that flow.
It little bit gives a whiff of, and this is not specifically true for everybody who uses that argument, including maybe I might have, that this is too intelligent for them to understand, right? So you're putting yourself at a pedestal. Rather than saying that I'm going to take my material to the most relatable factor, I'm going to sit here on this pedestal so that they just won't understand it.
So I'm not doing it so that they don't understand. I'm doing it because
again I agree to your fact that the people who have to take offense give two damns about good humor or good jokes or good writing, right? Their only aim is to phasao you in something.
Yeah.
But sometimes that rubs me off a little when we use this argument that I do it in English and it's nuanced. It gives a whiff.
The two need not be the same, right? Rahul Subramaniam also does English, but very simple. So you can. It's not like they both go together. In my case, they happen to go together. तो masses तक लेके जाना possible ही नहीं है ना, क्योंकि आपका वो life ही नहीं रहा जो masses का रहा है.
Explain.
If you not live that life of now.
But you are using public transport. You are trying to live.
But that's a personal financial decision.
But still, you are traveling with the masses.
This is a great point. Now, if you see in today's Indian comedy scene, सबसे बड़े comics हैं Hindi comics, right? And mostly from like Delhi. So I can't do that kind of comedy. Why? Number one, मैं hostel गया ही नहीं कभी. तो right there, my part diverges from the majority of the country. Right. और उसके बाद नौकरी भी अच्छी खासी लग गई, तो वो था ही नहीं, अब यूपीएससी नहीं दिया, तो another 20% gone, which is also like 40% of your audience in TVF. तो बचा कौन फिर? You and me only, no? And a few Motorhead fans who have diabetes now. So like the आर्थिक स्तर पे I'm like, again the thing is that even though I take public transport or whatever, and we are family of modest means, country is so poor that I'm still in the top 2-3%.
Of course,
वही तो बात है. So then is that I haven't lived that life, that I can go out to the masses and also reality is always complex, especially in politics and social sphere. तो उसको आप जितना सिंप्लीफाई करोगे उतना you will lose the substance of it.
Have you read this book Meet the Savarnas by
I intend to.
it's written by this guy Ravikant. He goes by Buffalo Intellectual on Twitter and Instagram. So he has this theory where he compares, in feminism there is glass ceiling that you have to break through the glass ceiling. He compares the Indian diaspora as a glass floor. That people like us are above the glass floor. The rest of India is under the glass floor looking up. But we never want to look down. And all these intellectual arguments that are happening, left wing, right wing, good art, bad art, everything is happening for the people above the glass floor. We don't want to acknowledge that there is a basement. Where,
I'm saying it is there in my sets. Look at the middle class set. It's all about this only.
Right.
पर अभी क्या जो truly आम जनता है वो शो में नहीं आता है ना.
You think the people who are coming to your shows are also the more affluent?
Yeah, and in fact, now increasingly all my audience members are richer than me. तो शो के बाद मैं ऑटो पकड़ रहा हूँ, उनका मर्सिडीज आ रहा है.
So is the objective to get to the more common person?
नहीं.
Why?
Objective is always to express what you feel.
But पुनीत फिर वो नहीं हो गया कि हम अमीर लोग दूसरे अमीर लोगों के लिए आर्ट बना रहे हैं?
नहीं, art for me is always very selfish. It's about expressing what you feel. It is your truth. Now, if I get down to that point कि I want to reach more people, then मैं फिर कलाकार नहीं, फिर मैं प्रचारक हो गया. 60% हुआ ना अभी हिंदी का. Because if I'm a spokesperson for a government or a party or an organization, then my aim is numbers, right? Or if I just want to make the most money, my aim is numbers. But my aim is expression. So this is how I can express myself the best. And if that means that I get 100 people only in the crowd, I am living with it.
Okay, sure.
Like that. So otherwise, then I'll get into this zone where I'm competing with the political actors for impact. वो अपना काम ही नहीं है.
But let's say some generous filmmaker, producer comes to you and be like, you have the full freedom to write the kind of script you want to, and we will make this into a Hindi mainstream film. Now that obviously will reach a lot more people than your stand-up special ever will. Would you entertain a offer like that?
I would think about it.
Okay.
But again, I don't have a script in me.
Okay. So ever wanted to go to a streaming platform or do something?
Because what happens is stand up में अभी भी जितना freedom है उतना और कोई माध्यम में नहीं है. Right? तो वरुण ग्रोवर भी लिखता है, बहुत अच्छा लिखता है. उसके लिखने के बाद 3 लोग खड़े ना काटने के लिए, फिर स्क्रीन पे जाता है. And the worst is that one of those people is an MBA.
Yes, very true.
So I mean, I would rather reach a smaller audience, but without my art going through all the autopsy. Like I was performing once at an awards function, that streaming awards function, right? And they put me up in the worst possible spot, which is the opening spot, because the big stars have come late. Right. So all lights are flooding through the whole place. लोग आ रहे हैं जा रहे हैं. I'm trying my best.
You are the sound check basically.
And I'm trying my best, but not really cutting across. I'm trying everything कि अरे एक्टर लोग तो हंसता नहीं, उनका मेकअप क्रैक हो जाएगा, ऐसा बोल रहा है. तो नहीं चला. फ्रंट रो में Tripathi साहब बैठे हैं, पंकज, right, and with his family and he's laughing his ass off like ये था के मार के हंस रहा है, and then every time he laughs he's looking at बाकी लोग हंस क्यों नहीं. So I met him afterwards. बोलता है आपने बहुत बढ़िया किया, आपने तो किसको भी छोड़ा नहीं. तो हमने सब तरीके से ट्राई करते हैं जितना हो सके. बोलते हैं प्रयास तो हम भी करते हैं, लेकिन हम बोले और आप सुने उसके बीच में लोग काट देते हैं. तो अगर वो लेवल पे भी, and also what happens is the bigger production, there's too much at stake.
I'm a little surprised a streaming award came to you to do this, because
Cyrus था, News 18 का था. So I used to do like the episodes with Cyrus for TV.
The news that was
so there's an aside by the way, because Cyrus was hosting, right? This was after dark. तो उसको घर जाने का था. So he's in a hurry to leave. तो अवार्ड्स दे रहा है ना, किसका अनाउंस किया और कोई जीत गया, तो वो आके ऐसा सबसे हाथ में था ना, ये सब बोलते जल्दी करो मेरे को जाना है. And the guys so angry, this is my fucking moment, you can't act like this.
Oh damn it.
So of course. I wouldn't let go of that freedom and get into like films and all.
Right.
And so there is this part of me that very easily rejects the big projects and the money.
You think your content with the kind of money that you're making right now?
Because freedom over everything.
Okay.
You know, there's no point sitting in a bungalow and making these big ass movies where you're compromised like every step of the way. What good is that? No.
Family, like क्या बोलते हैं उसको? वंश बढ़ाने वाला सपना.
नहीं, दाम्पत्य जीवन. You see, once you're married and you start having kids, then you're part of the problem, no? अपन तो ये साइड पे खेल रहे हैं ना. Why would you give up and go on that side?
Okay, I want to answer a heavy question.
Let's finish this.
Sure, okay, go ahead.
So, see, for artists, the work you put out.
I was going to ask that, what is your legacy? Even though it's way too early to ask any kind of question.
And also, sometimes it feels like very pompous to even mention the word legacy.
Of course, yeah.
But anybody who is pursuing art seriously, उसके दिमाग में तो यही है ना कि this will outlive me. Right?
Yeah.
And even psychologically, this is called the immortality project. Everybody has one in their mind because the biggest fear and hence the biggest driving force for people is the fear of death. Right? So ordinary people, easiest way to outlive yourself is to reproduce.
Right.
Hence people do it.
Yeah.
And then that's why you see clearly richer countries with more educated people, birth rate goes down. But people find other ways to express themselves, live their lives out fully.
Yeah.
And pursue what they really want to. So then the need to leave behind DNA goes down. Kings leave behind monuments. And modern day kings leave behind hoardings.
But then there's controversy on those monuments also.
Yeah.
Who built them?
Yeah. Who built, कभी बनाया.
Yeah, कभी बनाया.
Contractor कौन था उसका.
तो सब कागज छोड़ के जाओ बेसिकली इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग.
साथ में अंदर लगा.
उधर ही अंदर रख दो.
जेरोक्स निकाल के उसका. And politicians will leave behind hoardings, I think. So people in power do that. They build things which will outlive them. And artists leave behind their work. So that's why a lot of artists you will see are not inclined to family life because the work satisfies.
There are examples. I mean, ऐसा blanket वो नहीं बोल सकते.
और फिर देखो वही आर्टिस्ट बच्चे के नाम पे भी ब्रांड डील कर रहा है तो शायद वो आर्टिस्ट है ही नहीं.
What do you have against crowd work? I've seen you saying that crowd work is not real stand-up.
ऐसा मैंने कभी नहीं बोला in so many words. All of us do crowd work, right? But it can't be the entire show, no? और especially the way we do it. अभी we क्या even US में भी यही चल रहा है. तू कौन है? चूतिया. तेरा बाप कौन है? ये भी चूतिया निकला. It's that like. And this can't be the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
Just 2 days back, someone was saying.
But it makes for a great minute-long reel on the basis of which people might come to see your real show.
Sure. I mean, there might be like stray crowd work here and there in my videos, but that is part of the set only. Also, I don't do it now because see why we used to do crowd work is when there is disturbance in the room, address that. People are settling down, you do it, or joking, not working, you do it.
Yes.
Now it's become the whole fucking show.
Right.
And now you think about it, you meet a stranger. It's a stranger. What can you ask? कहाँ से आए हो? नाम क्या है? साथ में कौन है? हिलाता है कि नहीं हिलाता? ये है ना? और क्या है? तो इसका तुम कितना बनेगा variation?
Yeah.
Just 2 days back, I saw Max Amini का show देखो आया था, very bad review.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Were you at the show? अच्छा okay. ऐसा मूवी मत बना यार. I was surprised he was doing NSC. I was like, मेरे को पता नहीं था बॉम्बे में इतने fans हैं.
It's the second time he's come.
Yeah.
Even the first time he's
in under a year, I think.
Yeah. Sadmukhanand is sold out पहले.
Yeah.
So and he's one of them, and there are a lot of other people. He's a little softer in the way he does. Then people like Matt Rife for just jizzing on the audience.
Yeah.
ये लोग भी तो है.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, but from what I understand, Max Amini has a show, but then around it he does the crowd work which he puts out. I'm not sure.
I heard it from more than one person. And
pura show was crowd work.
Yeah, and it didn't really like hit the spot. And there are reels out there of people reviewing saying if you might have seen it. So it can't be the whole show. And personally, I feel there's so much to talk about which is so expedient. But time is running out.
Sure, yeah.
So I would rather say that than this. And if you really think about it, the most memorable lines in stand-up, like throughout history, are the well-written lines.
Yeah, of course.
Not when someone, I mean, sure, 1 or 2 lines ki, "Tati tera naam kya hai?" Right? There was crowd work, right? उसका टी-शर्ट बन गया. तो इससे समाज को क्या मिला? एक टी-शर्ट मिला. इस पे टट्टी लिखा है. तो then इस entertainment के लिए ठीक है. For my approach doesn't really.
So whenever this happens, I remember this one thing जो Jerry Seinfeld ने एक बार बोला था कि whoever the person is sitting in the front row, you have to remember that he's come with his wife. He hired a babysitter to come for the night. Then he spent 15 minutes finding parking. कि मैं क्या, फिर वो आधा घंटा सोचा होगा मैं क्या पहनूं, जाऊं शो पे नहीं जाऊं, और वो सब आके उधर आके बैठा है तो और तुम उसको पहली चीजें पूछते हो क्या है, चुतिया आदमी है ये, राइट? सो यू हैव टू रिस्पेक्ट दैट time and that this person has given you.
Sure, I totally buy that. I also feel that you are on stage और आपका ये पेशा है, आप रोज करते हो,
right?
तो आपने शर्म हया सब बेच के खा लिया है, वो लोग तो समाज का पार्ट है ना, उसको आपने उसका इज्जत निकाल दिया बीवी के सामने. He has to go back to his life. Lot of people come with the colleagues, उसकी गांड मार दे उसकी, and that will become his pet name for the next foreseeable future. I tend to think of it that way also, because especially in India, public humiliation is still a very big thing. Yeah. I mean everywhere, but in India more so because we are a very hierarchical culture. US वगैरह में थोड़ा कम होता है.
I guess where that comes from. But let's not go there.
It's ancient code. It's genetically coded है वो तो.
Okay, last few things, Punit. So you have right now, how many shows are you doing?
Doing 4.
Okay, what are they? So there's Gainfully Employed.
Gainfully Employed is released already last year.
Okay, it's released already. Are you still doing Notes from the Bunker?
Also released a couple of months back.
So what are the 4 that you're doing?
So one is Guilty Bystander, which is more personal and stories, and that's on its way out now. So I may not be doing it for very much longer. Then there's one show called Fresh Violence, which is all politics. Then there's one show is called Nirvana plus GST.
What plus GST?
Nirvana plus
GST. Oh,
so it's a personal story.
Not the Kurt Cobain.
No.
Okay.
The more Eastern kind of Nirvana.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the 4th one?
The 4th one is simply called Punit Pania Live. So that is the newest show.
Okay.
And hence the simple name. And it's more a medley. It's like Pankaj Uda's latest his collection. So that's my newest show. And that sort of, to get back to what you asked earlier, is my attempt at now doing sets which will connect to a wider audience.
Okay.
Because I still feel anybody who speaks English and reads the news should be able to appreciate what I'm saying on stage. Yeah. But the unwillingness to listen to anything critical of their party has made it very difficult to cut across that side of the divide. So I felt that as a challenge artistically. Every show, I take on a new theme, which is a challenge for me and a different area to explore. So the newest show, the challenge is to simply do set after set, which will still put forth my point, something which is socially relevant, but try to cut across to people who are bhakts, like in the simplest.
Right. Sure.
Because thankfully people still agree कि pothole नहीं होना चाहिए. Maybe in a few years they will say कि ये भी progress है, हो सकता है. Already मंत्री लोग बोल रहे हैं कि pothole तो होता है, possible नहीं है pothole को होता है. एक मंत्री ने बोला कि bridge गिरा नहीं है, बैठ गया है. तो attempt is there to pass this off also. No?
Yeah.
तो हो सकता है. Yeah. So I'm like, till the time at least these civic issues are still, we are on the same page, right? Everybody hates the BMC. So let's start there at least. No? And through that you can show them the wider spread of the corruption and the lack of accountability. So that's where that show comes from. So to answer your question from earlier also, in a way, the newest show is that, and it is getting more people to come.
Okay. Little bit about the other 3 shows. What is Fresh Violence?
Fresh Violence is, this show came from this one word, Fresh Violence. So I put a tweet out about that word, saying that news people use that word and it is just so cold, right? And in a way it really communicates who they are, like they're the psychopaths, people reporting. So, and general the political disposition, there's a pure apathy, nothing captures it more than that word. And I had a lot of material which was like political nature, I did not know where to put it. Right. So I wrote on violence and why the country is violent, why we are so apathetic, and where art comes in it, if at all. And it really came out well as a because I thought after No Country, which was my first special, was No Country for Moderation. I thought I said everything I wanted to say in politics. It may or may not improve from here, but I said my piece. But then news aata hai har din, naya. So one more show like that. So that was that show. Nirvana plus GST is just one experience about me going for Vipassana. And the whole story is around that.
The entire hour is that?
And Guilty Bystander is more personal stories my family, one adventure.
Okay.
And I've never done stories before.
Okay.
Like how crowd work is a thing, even storytelling is a thing in Indian comedy.
Yeah.
तो हम लोग ये भी करके देखते हैं.
This is one more thing. So you said you're still living by very modest means, right? Considering the kind of stuff that you're doing, how much are you paying for legal fees?
नहीं, nothing dude so far.
And what is the plan there in case खुदा ना खास्ता something?
To call camera first. That's what every comic does. He's figured it out. No, not figured it out, but
he has some plan apparently.
He's gone through, and he's living by the consequences. So like he's in exile. Like isn't it? It's like living in exile.
Self-chosen exile kind of.
नहीं इधर आएगा तो आ ही नहीं सकता ना.
Okay.
So I mean there are a lot of.
But then when you write some material which you think might create some ruckus, who do you run it by? If you're comfortable telling.
No, that's fine. I used to ask Khamba at one point.
Okay.
So for the first time when I felt like I needed legal advice, I went to him. बोला कोई lawyer है आपका? बोलता मैं ही आधा lawyer बन चुका है, मेरे को दे दे. After everything AIB went through, sir, and it passed him couple of times. Balraj and his wife, wife is lawyer.
Yeah, अच्छा, I didn't know that.
Balraj भी आधा lawyer बन चुका होगा. तो ये लोग हैं. And then over there, a lot of people who come for my shows who are lawyers have been giving me their card saying, I know eventually you will need this. तो वो पड़ा है मेरे पास. I run it past them. And in general, if you see my sets over the years, there is very little where you can pin me down.
Yeah.
See, eventually, when they want to get you, they will. Like if they can put Sonam in jail in 2 days and then he disappears. But if you think that hard, then you won't be able to get out of the house also.
Right. Yeah.
Like practically you get out of the house in India, you can die. Pothole में गिर के मर सकता है. रिक्शा वाला उड़ा गया.
Okay, Punit. Very quick 4 last questions.
Sure. I'll keep it short.
Yeah. No. You can answer as much as you want.
Yeah.
So the last election that happened, Lok Sabha elections, right? A lot of people were like online. People like Dhruv Rathi and your Akash Banerjee types, they made a dent on the number of votes.
It does look like it,
right?
Yeah.
Ever thought of going that way? That you do something called live satsang on your YouTube channel. Firstly, what is that? And secondly, this new YouTube creator who goes after the authority.
Explainer videos.
Do you think that's having a difference, making a difference?
They have made it because look at the numbers that they're getting, and they're just talking basic rational stuff.
Right.
And now you have the tools to do it also with AI and whatever. I thought about it because there's not enough content you can put out to feed the beast of social media every day. So it's always on my mind. But stand-up takes up so much of my time that in production कि ये मैं बैठ के कर नहीं पा रहा. Like I had a podcast also Beyond the Laughs, and it was going well.
Correct.
But
उसमें भी I remember you were saying the algorithm is lessening your reach because between 3 stand-up videos you put a podcast.
Yeah, and then podcast then really took off after that. But then it became its own thing. Like if you're doing podcast, then you have to streamline the operation. Like assembly line कि तू बैठा है यहाँ पे एक guest आके जा रहे हैं. Like so I wanted to capture that post-show green room vibe with the comics. I was recording at different places, getting the venue, getting the crew, editing it तब तक. रणवीर ने और 50 वीडियो निकाल दिया है.
So I'm assuming you were paying all of that out of your own pocket.
So it was becoming prohibitive. Then same with the external videos. Like what Dhruv Rathi does is very high production. Akash Banerjee does. They have a staff and everything. तो affordability problem है and time नहीं उतना करने का deep dive करके क्योंकि हम traveling for shows and producing also like we discussed earlier. उसके बीच में time नहीं बचता.
So what is live satsang?
Live satsang is my way of reaching my audience without spamming them.
Okay.
Because जो भी अपन कर रहे हैं, जो भी नाच गाना कर रहे हैं, eventually ये है कि लोग टिकट लेकर शो में हैं. That is the one purpose. That is just how I'm still approaching it. तो reach आपको मिल नहीं रहा क्योंकि आप नाच नहीं रहे हो. तो where do I reach my own people? I'm not able to reach. So then YouTube used to have stories earlier, like for a week it used to have, but then they let go of it. So satsang is my way of touching base with my audience. So we take one topic. Sometimes there's a guest.
What kind of guests do you get on these?
Other people who are, I would say, who have a social conscience.
Okay.
तो 8-10 लोग ही है. तो उनको बुलाता हूँ मैं. And we are not very loyal to the topic that we choose because it is free flowing. People ask questions and we take it from there. But a lot of people join in from abroad also.
Okay.
And from across the country, people from more remote places they come. So and also a lot of I still do one online show a month on Zoom.
Okay. Okay.
उसमें भी लोग आते हैं दूर दूर से जो अदरवाइज शो में नहीं आ पाते. That's my way of connecting with people like regularly, and also like updates about my shows.
Didn't Notes from a Bunker start as a Zoom show?
Yeah.
It did,
Hence the
right?
name.
Yeah. It's also a Dostoevsky reference.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I found out very recently. Like, साला इसलिए ये इस शो को ऐसा बुलाता है. Cool. On that note, Punit, thank you so much for giving so much time. Great.
Pleasure. नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं हूँ स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियन पुनीत पानिया और हमने अभी जस्ट शूट किया एक पॉडकास्ट मेरे दोस्त अब्बास के साथ ऑन दिस चैनल विच इज़ कॉल्ड द कमेंट सेक्शन. तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, लाइक कीजिए, कमेंट कीजिए. और कमेंट में सब पढ़ता हूँ, हेट कमेंट स्पेशली. तो आई विल सी यू सून ऑन द कमेंट सेक्शन.